Hi everyone, welcome back to another video from Learning to Learn. Today we're going to be having a look at converting between improper fractions and mixed numbers, which are just two ways of representing a number that is greater than one whole. The first thing we're going to do is have a look at converting from a mixed number into an improper fraction. And you can see on the screen that there are three steps that we need to take in order to do this. The first thing we do is we take the denominator and we multiply it by the whole number. Then we add the numerator and put that over the denominator. So let's have a look at a few examples so you can see what we mean by this. On the screen you can see we've got a fraction of 2.5. I've colour coded it so that you can see the different parts of the fraction. So let's begin. Following step 1, we're going to take the denominator of 2 and multiply it by the whole number, which is also 2, giving us an answer of 4. Then we're going to add the numerator to our answer, so 4 add 1 gives us 5. The last thing we do then is put that 5 over the initial denominator of 2, so it becomes 5 over 2. So we can see that 2.5 is equivalent to 5 over 2, or 5 halves. What you can see happening on the screen now is we're just going to create a visual representation of this so you can see what we mean. So by creating these circles and splitting them into halves, we can colour them to show that 5 halves is in fact the same as 2.5. We're now going to look at the second example where we've got 3 2/5 and we're going to convert that into an improper fraction. So following the same steps, we're going to take the denominator of 5 and we're going to multiply it by the whole number of 3. So 5 times 3 gives us 15. Second step, we're going to add the numerator, so 15 add 2 gives us 17. And finally, we need to put that 17 over the initial denominator, which in this example is 5, giving us an answer of 17/5. So 3 2/5 is equivalent to 17/5. Now what we're going to do is look at the opposite, where we go from an improper fraction to a mixed number. The first step that we need to do is we need to ask ourselves how many times the denominator fits into the numerator. So basically the numerator divided by the denominator. Then whatever we get for that answer, that will become our whole number. Whatever we have left over, the remainder, will become the numerator, and the denominator that we use will be the initial one that we had. So in this example, 2. So let's have a look at this from start to finish then. We're starting with 7 halves and we're going to convert it into a mixed number. The first thing we do is ask ourselves, how many times does the denominator fit into the numerator? In this example, our denominator is 2 and our numerator is 7. So we're asking, how many times does 2 go into 7? And we can see that it fits in 3 times fully. 2 times 3 giving us 6. Because it fits into 7 3 times, 3 will become our whole number. The next thing we're going to do is look at the remainder. So like we said, 2 times 3 is 6, but we need to get to 7. So when we ask how many times 2 fits into 7, it fits in 3 times, but there's 1 left over. That's the remainder. That then becomes our numerator, and we put it over the original denominator of 2. So 7 halves is the same as 3 1/2. Let's have a look at another example then. This time we're looking at 8/5, and we're going to turn that into a mixed number as well. You'll notice the way that the steps are written here, it's slightly different in that I've chosen to go for, instead of how many times does it fit in, we're just going for the numerator divided by the denominator. So 8 divided by 5, we know that there's 1 full 5 in there, that becomes our whole number, and the remainder that we're left with is 3. So that becomes the numerator, and we put it over the initial denominator of 5. So 8/5 is the same as 1 3/5. On the screen now you can see some questions where you can have a go at converting between mixed numbers and improper fractions and vice versa. Feel free to pause the video and take your time with it, and when you're ready, press play and the answers will be waiting for you. Thank you so much for watching our video on converting between improper fractions and mixed numbers, and we'll see you in the next video.